I'm up so early is because it gets super hot, super fast where I'm at, and I don't want to be doing this in the super hot weather. And if you know where I live already, then, you know it gets pretty bad. But we're gonna be going up this mountain over here because, believe it or not, I like nature. Even though I sit inside and play RuneScape all day, I do like the outdoors. So I thought this would be kind of like a fitting thing to do to start telling you about my life. So my name is Spencer. I'm 22 years old. I was born in the Chicago area. More specifically, if you're familiar with the area, I was born in Skokie. My parents divorced when I was really young, so I lived with my mom, and we kind of went on and off with living with my grandparents when I was a little kid. When I was 7 years old, my grandparents retired, and they moved to Las Vegas, which that's where we're at now. We're in Las Vegas right now. We kind of had a decision because my mom didn't have a place to live, so she decided that we would move with them to Las Vegas when I was a little kid. I was kind of raised in Las Vegas. I was there from the age of like 7 through 14. Then my mom decided to move back to Chicago, or I guess Skokie, for me to start high school and for her to find work over there. So I went to high school in the Chicago area. Yeah, I went through all 4 years of high school there. And after that, like literally, like the week after I graduated from high school, my mom moved back to Las Vegas. And so I was pretty much left in Chicago by myself. I was living in the dorm. If you know the school, I went to UIC, the University of Illinois at Chicago. And yeah, I lived there. It was in downtown, so it was really close to everything. It was a great experience. Would definitely recommend living downtown. Not for everyone, but I enjoyed it. It was a great time. And then after that first year, I went to go stay with my grandparents for the summer. Actually, pretty much throughout my life when we were living in Chicago, I pretty much go there to visit my grandparents like every summer, or even for winter break as well. Same thing with my dad too. He lives in California in Sacramento, so I would visit him sometimes for summer or winter break too. But yeah, after I graduated, I went to go stay with my grandparents for that summer. And then during that summer, I found out that I actually wasn't getting any more grant money. And if you know anything about school, it's pretty expensive here. So I decided to drop out. I was going to be studying economics, but I couldn't afford it, so I had to drop out. And then after that summer, I went back to Chicago to stay with my friend. So I lived with my friend in the Chicago area for about 9 months. I got a job after a couple weeks. And then like a month after working, I saved up enough money to buy the car. The car's over there. I'll show you it later. Her name's LeBron. She's my baby. I was working at a sandwich shop called Potbelly. If you live around the Midwest, then you know exactly what store that is. It was a great time. A lot of bad times, a lot of great times, but I'm a firm believer that I think everyone should be forced to work in fast food or retail for at least a year, because there wouldn't be so many dicks then. So I was like 18, 19 years old working there. And then after like 6 months of working there, I got promoted to a management position, a shift leader. So I had to deal with a lot of asshole customers. And like I said, it was a great time, but an awful time at the same time. It felt more like babysitting more than anything, to be honest. I ended up working there for almost 2 years, pretty much. And throughout that time, like my grandparents always call me and be like, "Hey Spencer, you know, if you ever want to come live with us, we miss you. Your mom misses you. Your best friend misses you." My best friend lives here too, in Las Vegas. I never really actually wanted to move here really from the start, but the more they called me and the more they talked to me, the more I was thinking like, damn, you know, I kind of miss it here. But yeah, after staying with my friend for like 9 months, I had enough money saved up to move out into my own place. So I lived alone for a year, just being a manager at Potbelly, making sandwiches, living the dream, working for another man's dream. That's what we love to do. But then last summer, the summer of 2017, I decided to pack all my stuff up into my car and take I think it was like a 10-day road trip across the country by myself. It was seriously like the best week of my life. And I actually made videos on it. I had an old YouTube channel. Every single video is on private now, so you won't be able to see it, but I did make videos on that. It was the best time of my life. So yeah, I moved here last summer, and I pretty much do plan on staying here for good. I do love Las Vegas. Now, shortly after I moved here, I found out I had a hernia. I mean, I kind of knew about it for a while, but my grandparents pretty much forced me to go to surgery, which I guess is for the better. So I had to get a surgery for my hernia, and after that surgery, I couldn't move around for like 2 weeks, and it was pretty bad for the first couple months. Apparently the hernia was worse than I thought it was, so that's kind of around the time where I started making YouTube videos. I have been making YouTube videos like throughout the years, just kind of for fun, like here and there every couple months, spaced out on a couple different YouTube channels. But this is really the one that kind of, I guess, kicked off, apparently. So I had all this free time to just sit around the house all day and do nothing. I was looking for jobs at the time because, you know, I wanted to save money and move out and get the fuck out of there. But obviously I couldn't do anything if I couldn't move around, so I started making YouTube videos again. And like I went pretty hard with it too. I started posting every single day because I had the time to, so why not? yeah, I don't know what happened. Like, I never really planned to start posting every day. It just kind of happened, and I kept going and going because, when you're sitting around the house all day, you have a lot of free time. Got lucky with a couple of videos that got like thousands of views, and the whole channel just sparked from there. Went from 200 subs to like 1,000 subs in the course of a week, and it really never slowed down. And after a couple months, after I was pretty much fully recovered, they said I'd be 80% recovered after 2 months, and then fully recovered after a year. It's been 11 months now, so I pretty much am fully recovered from that hernia surgery. And I was making a fair bit of money at that point, not like insane amounts of money, obviously, because I was only doing it for like 2 months at the time. But I realized that this is growing every single day, day by day, week by week, month by month. And I realized that I could make it into something I do for a living. I could do my dream for a living. And I stuck with it. Yo, I've been sitting here for like 15 minutes now trying to show you my face, but it's like really, really hard to turn this camera around. But it's getting hot as fuck right now, so I'm just gonna do it. Okay, here's me. This is me. It's my face. Hello. How are you? I don't know if it's what you're expecting, but is the lighting okay? Is that better? Hello. This is me. This is my face. In the last video, I asked you guys to ask me questions, and there were over 400 comments on the video, which is absolutely insane. So obviously, I can't go through all of them, but I found a list of like some of the more general questions, and then I'll go through those. And after that, I'll go through some of the more specific questions that some of you guys had for me. But yeah, starting off, the first question was a lot of people asked, how do I not get burned out from the game? For me personally, I'd say making videos is how I stay motivated to play the game and not get burned out. But probably for the average person, I'd say like having friends. You could like set goals with your friends, race your friends, or just setting goals for yourself. That's what I recommend to not get burnt out. A lot of people want to know if my hardcore Iron Man dies, what am I going to do? I'll keep on playing, because at this point, it's way too late to start over. If I do die, right now the main goal is to max. Maxing will still be like the final end goal, but the account will be like more PVM focused if I was a regular Iron Man. What got me into making videos, like I kind of said before, just having all the free time, all the available time to actually make the videos. Are there any other games that I play? Now, there are no other games that I play. I played MapleStory like 10 years ago for a few months on and off, but I don't know, RuneScape's always been like the one constant in my life, and yeah, that's the only game that I play. And the only game that I'm really interested in, too. How I meet EVscape, Link's Ocarina, and Rarg, we all pretty much just slid into each other's DMs throughout the course of the last year, and yeah, we all just met through YouTube. What does my family, or I guess in this case my parents and grandparents, think about me doing YouTube and Twitch for a living? They're happy for me. They're glad I'm doing what I enjoy. My grandparents don't really understand exactly what I do, but they know I enjoy it. They know I've been playing RuneScape for a long time. They know I love it, and yeah, they're happy for me. My parents don't also really quite understand. They kind of do, sort of, but not really. But they are happy for me. I am also an only child, by the way, in case you're curious. How do I support myself? So obviously, I live with my grandparents, and my mom lives there too as well. And they let us stay there for free, which is very, very nice of them. I do make enough money between YouTube and Twitch to support myself comfortably if I wanted to. But it's nice saving up money. I would like to buy a condo or maybe a house one day. So I'm kind of saving up for that. Don't really want to get into specifics, but it is more than enough. How did I come up with the name Mudkip? It's just from the memes, the old meme, I heard you like Mudkips, that's really all it is. There's no like special deep meaning behind it. What's my favorite food? Any Mexican food, whether it's tacos, burritos, tortilla chips, guacamole, any Mexican food is my weakness. And I could go on and on all day talking about food because I freaking love food. I mean, who doesn't like food? Speaking of long rants, if I could rant for one thing, if I had to rant about one thing for a long time, it'd be working in fast food. I could legit go on for hours and hours just ranting about fast food and my experiences working there, but we'll save those stories for another day. Which brings me into the next question, pineapple on pizza, yes or no? Sorry, yes. A few of you want to know if I smoke weed, and recreational marijuana is legal here, but I don't. I've never smoked weed before. I've never smoked a cigarette, and in fact, I've never even hit a vape. Nothing against weed, I just never really felt the need or had really the time or mind to start smoking. I actually was around weed a lot in high school because I skateboard, or I used to skateboard, kinda. I haven't really skateboarded in the last year since I got my surgery and started making RuneScape videos. But before that, I used to skateboard like every single day for like 5+ hours a day. I'd go outside when I wasn't working to skateboard like all day long and then come back and go to sleep and do it all over again. But just haven't really had the time or opportunity to do it in the last year. But yeah, after the surgery, I've skated like maybe 4 or 5 times in the last year, which I kind of feel really weird about not skating. It was such a different feeling not being able to skate. But if you're curious and want to see me skateboard, I put together like 25 seconds worth of clips of skating from the year before I moved here, before my surgery, so I'll play that right now for you. skateboarding a lot, and I really do need to get back into it. I was kind of thinking of making a second YouTube channel at some point, but we'll see how that goes in the future. What type of music do I listen to? So my favorite type of music is pop punk. Blink-182 is my favorite band. I also like old school hip hop, and I also like drill music. And if you don't know what drill music is, like Chief Keef, yeah. Do I prefer dogs or cats? If I had to pick one, I'd go with dogs. A lot of you also asked in the comments if I love you, and I do love you, and I appreciate you very much. Okay, it's getting hot as fuck now, so I'm gonna go move into the shade, and we'll move into doing some more specific questions that you guys asked in the comments. So I'll put the comment up on screen of the questions that some of you asked. There's a couple questions I meant to answer, and one of them is, do I have any pets? And no, I don't, but my dad has a Chihuahua, and his name is Moon. The dog, not my dad. And then, do I have a GF? I don't have one. I've only had one girlfriend, which lasted for like 2.5 years in high school, and then it ended shortly after because I guess it's just how long-distance relationships can be. Here's my city, by the way. Isn't it so pretty? It's so great. Look at me being a freaking rebel. Don't go past here. It's a scary cliff. I don't follow the rules. Alright, so the first question is, where would you like to be in 5 years? So obviously a lot changes year by year, even month by month. Even sometimes it feels like a lot changes week by week. But ideally in 5 years, how I'm feeling right now is I would love to still be doing what I'm doing right now, making videos, playing RuneScape. That's how I feel right now. Anything can change at any point, and 5 years is a very long time. Who are your favorite RS streamers / video makers other than the Godman boys? Obviously, Eevescape, Link, and Rarg are going to be my top favorites because I am biased, but besides that, my favorite streamer, I don't really watch too many streamers, but if I had to pick one person, it'd be Behemoth. He's an Aussie streamer. It's always so hype, always so entertaining to watch, and yeah, I like Behemoth a lot. And then for video makers, there are way too many to pick from. Like, I legit could go on a list of like 100 RS video makers that I watch and really enjoy, so I can't pick one. There's way too many out there. Is mayonnaise an instrument? No, Stephen, mayonnaise is not an instrument. And if so, do you play mayonnaise? No, I do not play mayonnaise, but I play guitar, and in high school I played clarinet in marching band, concert band, and pep band, and that was a lot of fun. Why Fletch? Why FM? Would you like to meet Mod Mark? Well, my friend Colinello recently went to Jagex and informed me that Mod Mark still works there, and so I'm actually kind of scared of running into him at RuneFest, and I think he'll sucker punch me in the face, which I don't blame him. I definitely deserve it for a video that I posted a while back. I've always kind of assumed option 2. I never really thought about, but I think I'd go with option 2. Are you more of a :3 or a :parentheses type of guy? I'm more of a greater than semicolon 3C type of person. Have I ever thought about making a PK account and learning how to PvP? No, I haven't. It just doesn't really interest me at all. Will I teach you how to raid? No, I won't, because I barely know how to raid myself, and I'm the last person you're ever going to want to come to for PVM advice. Will I ever do an Ultimate Iron Man series? I won't, because with the type of videos I want to make, the progression for an Ultimate Iron Man just takes too long. And if you mess up one thing out of order on an Ultimate Iron Man, such as like maybe getting graceful at the wrong time or doing a certain skill at the wrong time, you pretty much have to go through like hundreds of hours of progress all over again. So I can never do it myself, but I have mad respect for any Ultimate Iron Man out there who can really stick through with it. And thank you, Dan. I'm glad you enjoyed the videos. I appreciate it. What software do I use for recording, for editing, and for streaming? I use Camtasia for recording videos and for editing them too. And then for streaming, I use OBS. Do I have Ligma? I actually did contract Ligma last year at SawCon from the Sugandese people. If Group Godman were a band, who would play what? Well, I'd play guitar because I actually do play guitar. Rarg would play bass because he actually does play bass. Link would be the singer. I'm not saying he's the best singer, but he loves doing it, and I think it's the passion that counts. And that just leaves Evie with the drums. And then am I for or against dungeoneering in old school? I think it might have possibly made sense if it was released when old school first came out, but now with raids, and especially with raids 2, it wouldn't make sense to add it now, so nah. Am I socially awkward? Ass or tits? Well, my favorite curve on a girl is her smile. Damn. You know more about me than I know about me. Favorite beer would have to be Blue Moon. Heineken's also up there as well. You're tall as fuck. I've seen you before. If you've seen me before, why don't you say hi, man? I'm also 5'5", so if you consider that tall, then I guess I am tall. But I don't think I'm pretty tall. Can you ask me on a date? I'm kind of cute. I don't think I'm kind of cute, but yeah, man, let's go to Taco Bell. On a scale of 1 to 10, how amazing are penguins? Well, penguins are my favorite animal, so infinity out of 10. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? It would chuck all the wood that a woodchuck could if a woodchuck could chuck wood. By the way, if you haven't gotten up to stretch or drink water and you've been sitting at the computer for a while, I would highly recommend doing both. So that's all the questions I'm going to be going over for today. Like I said, there were like 400 comments, so obviously I couldn't go over all of them, so I do apologize if I missed your comment. But yeah, we're going back down now. Once we go back down, I'll show you my car. It's a Chevy Cavalier, a 2000 Chevy Cavalier. It's my first car too. I got in I think it's October of 20 fucking, I don't know, it's been like 2 or 3 years now. October 2016, I think it was, actually. I'm trying to think of things that I didn't really talk about too much. I guess like my hobbies. Like I said before, I used to like skateboarding a lot, and I do want to get back into it. It's just been hard to find time recently, but I should make time for it because physical and mental health is more important and should come before RuneScape. So I do want to get back into skateboarding. I also used to play guitar, which I've kind of played it on and off for since I was a little kid, since I was I don't know, 8, 9 years old or something. So I did make a video before me playing Sea Shanty 2 on guitar, so maybe I'll do some more guitar videos in the future as well. As for the future with streaming, I do stream pretty much every day on Twitch. I'll put the link on screen right now if you want to check it out. I've always just streamed RuneScape in the past. I did stream Pokemon one day on April Fool's Day for fun, which I really enjoy doing, and I do want to get into streaming other things too, like specifically IRL. I love to stream like going hiking like I am right now. I can do this live, cooking, getting drunk and fucking around, and I don't know, there's so many things to do with IRL, and I feel like it'd be a lot of fun. My IRL best friend, who I was talking about before, who also lives in Vegas, he also does play RuneScape as well, and we'd have some great streams together. It's gonna be a good time. Okay, another thing that I was thinking about is if I could do one thing in my life, my one dream, if I didn't have to worry about money or anything, what it would be to travel around. I'd love to just put everything in my car, drive around with no final destination in mind, just drive wherever I want any day, and not have to worry about anything, and just explore, meet people, learn about culture. I love learning about culture, and learn about how people go about their daily lives in different areas and different societies. And when I took my cross-country road trip by myself, that was the best time of my life, and I would love to do that forever and ever. But obviously, with money and stuff, it's not a very viable thing to be doing. But yeah, this is my car, this is my baby, this is my baby girl LeBron, and I also got this extra detail in the back for horsepower. Got this this bumper sticker here. It's kind of ironic because I got this bumper sticker before I actually maxed in the game. But yeah, I think that's going to be all for this video. I hope you enjoyed, but it is quickly getting very, very hot outside right now. I don't know if you could read this or not. It's going to be 107 today. But I think it's, yeah, it's really all I can say for this video. Should be a new Hardcore Iron Man video coming out within a couple days. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time.